Hi guys, welcome to HanaMate. In this pretty long video, I'm going to tell you more about junk journaling and the new journal I'm creating. I will go through materials I use. So I did buy this binder because I really love the kind of convenience of doing individual pages. I have cardstock pages to a size, and then I have tons of different materials that will be great for background of the pages itself. I also use lots of tissue paper and napkins because they make really nice pattern and texture. Those are my supplies, my tools. And then I have pre-stamped different size of, not size, different types of stamps and cutouts and watercolors, whatever little embellishments that can be used, right? And then a bunch of quotes. By the way, I just turned on the camera when I was working on this. I didn't pre-plan it, but I do think you can learn a little from it or get ideas, inspiration. So I went through a pile of my books and I kind of decided what I'm going to work on. Every time I work on my pages, I kind of change my style a little bit. I try to do it intentionally because I think thinking outside of the box and not being stuck in a routine is a good thing. Um, I make different types of junk journals. However, the type of individual pages that can be put together is works the best for me because when I'm practicing different kind of art techniques, things, pages are wet, so waiting for it to dry to make another page just doesn't make sense to me. So I love binders, any type of journals that or the pages that can be bound together are fantastic. Since I'm not a bookmaker, these type of binders work well for me. By the way, this is the biggest one I have ever done. I've forgotten the size, 5 by 8, maybe 5.5 by 8. I did before 4 by 6. They were fantastic. Then I did some small ones. You can probably find samples on my YouTube channel. But I would like to kind of give you inspiration what type of pages I go for. I often join or see posts from people who are new to junk journaling and they are just kind of looking for materials to use and what type of paper, what type of books, what type of magazines, stickers, everything. They are looking for basic questions. So I think this is the most basic supply list I can give you right now. I also love the idea of junk journaling that we are basically recycling what we already have or can easily find, right? Junk is not very sexy word, very appealing word, but it is definitely what it is. We are recycling and upcycling paper products that would be otherwise thrown out. Um, I definitely, I think people who get into junk journaling admire and like paper, different quality of paper, different textures, and most of all, different pattern. So I think you all kind of know what your style is and what you would like to collect. I just show you on the left side there. That's pages from all dictionaries, notebooks, maps, brochures, anything you can get your hands on. And here is my pile of different books. I did go through it before I started recording to kind of have idea and I guess make the process faster. But as I am chatting, you can probably see what I'm cutting and how it may look like. Collage is incredible art form and it's amazing how much can be achieved by basically um, combining different patterns on a paper together, different designs. So you can kind of see that I took apart a book about houseplants and I am cutting out the shapes. You can either cut anything right on the edge, on the outline of the picture itself, or if it's not possible, I kind of do a little, I don't know, under quarter inch, 1/8 of inch around it, and it looks actually decent. Plus, when you are creating junk journal pages, if you decide to do the kind of antique aged look, you can always color it or use stencil or ink on the edges, right? By the way, since I'm cutting, I should mention the fact that good quality scissors, sharp as well as pointy scissors, and most of all, the grip or how they feel in your hand is very important. I love scissors. I'm still faithful to scissors. However, once in a while, I kind of like to live on the edge. And I use self-healing mat and scalpel X-Acto knife. It works really well, especially on straight things. I'm still not very good with angles. I'm joking living on the edge because I do have a bunch of scars on my hands from X-Acto knife, so I'm a little bit cautious. But they work well, and once you kind of master how to cut, it could be faster than scissors, right? And I think it's easier to do the edges, especially when you do detail collage, right? So as you can see, I'm cutting out whatever cute animals, plants I can find. I always cut at least one or two per page because I do think following some type of pattern on the page just pays off. It looks much better. I also try to stick somewhat to the color scheme and maybe even kind of the idea, the not category but theme of the page should kind of correspond. Sometimes I have a quote that I want to use or one picture I want to use, and then the rest of the page dictates it. However, in this case, I'm just going for something that may go together, or nice patterns, designs that caught my eye, right? I am the type of person that I don't plan well, but if I have pile of stuff on my table, I pick from it whatever I like. So I admire people who just have a bunch of books on their desk and they work on something and they pull out one or two pages or um, something from the book and create a page. I kind of work in bulk and I pre-cut everything and then I put it together. So that's totally up to you. As you can see now, I'm cutting for a while from a pretty neat coloring book. So that is the kids' books, or kids. They don't have to necessarily be kids. I have some that my kids use that were for kids, but there are some adult books as well that are kind of like how to draw, how to, I don't know, finish the page. I like that style of books, and I think they are funny. They are kind of cheerful and optimistic. So you just saw me cutting out cover sheet for note sheets, and then I'm adding another flower. When I'm lazy, I kind of pre-cut things and then I work with the edges, right? By the way, if you have scissors that are not sharp anymore, just fold aluminum foil and cut through it. That will sharpen them. Uh, Credit to Martha Stewart. um, I also would like to let you know that when you are picking books for your projects, if you have specific ideas, specific theme in your mind, it is worth going to a thrift store or a yard sale and pick books that will go with that theme. Or you may be the person who just goes to thrift store or somewhere once a while and you pick whatever pages you think you will like. Again, that's kind of very personal choice and depends on mood as well. But I do want to warn you that if you get into junk journals, you may end up hoarding lots of material. So be kind of careful because it can even become overwhelming. Once you have too much, you kind of may feel like, ooh, I don't even know where to start, right? Or you can invite your friends for a craft party and share your stash. That works well as well. Now I'm working again on the page from a book that was like coloring book filling something, but I'm showing you samples what can be done. I kind of like overlay things a few times and dream um, what it can look like. I have I kind of keep books that are for drawing, painting, how to draw or how to do certain techniques, how to do watercolor, how to do pastel techniques, whatever, which are fantastic, by the way. Pastel techniques books are amazing. They have so many great pictures, watercolor as well. So now I'm picking different pictures that may go on my pages. It is fun, and I have to admit, usually I just listen to some music and I kind of get into it, and it's my little escape. It's very enjoyable to work with the books and think about the potential, how it can be used. I am very biased towards impressionists, and I have few books that I don't mind taking apart and using the pages from it, right? There are lots of incredible paintings in it and they can be used. I also do like the fact that many people may recognize the original. So once it's part of the collage on the junk journal page, people may recognize the original picture, and I think it makes us feel better, right? If we feel like we have a knowledge or familiarity is kind of cool as well. I am not very good at picking people or using people in my junk journals. However, I have seen some fantastic pages made by others where they have kind of like a vintage style and they do cutouts of people. So don't forget to include that. Um, that is something that I don't do much of and I would like to get into it. But I think I'm going to end now my almost 12 minutes speech. And I would like to let you know, just don't hesitate to ask your friends, family for interesting books, pictures. If you don't like them, you can always donate them. If you don't like, or if you like them just a bit, you can paint over it. You can attach transparent paper or the tissues. You will be surprised how much can be created. So I hope that you got a little inspired by seeing what I put together. I was hoping to make part two and show you exactly how the pages look like. We will see. It may happen, but I'm not sure at this point. It's spring outside and I'm pretty busy. So thank you so much for watching this. I have more videos on my channel about the junk journals specifically, and I do hope you get into it because it's very, very creative process. It's very satisfying process, and don't think about the creation of the journal, but about the creating part. I think it's really good for us to have that type of escape once in a while. It's very enjoyable, somewhat productive, but also fun. So thank you for watching Handmade. If you are looking for more creative ideas, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or subscribe to this channel. I will appreciate it. Thank you.